The Intelligence Office, by Nathaniel Hawthorne. A solemn figure, with mysterious spectacles on his nose and a pen behind his ear, sat at a desk in a city office corner. The room was simple: a counter, an oak cabinet, a few chairs. Businesslike. Walls bore ads for lost items, wanted goods, or things to sell, covering most human needs or whims. Shadows filled the space, cast by tall buildings across the street and huge blue, and crimson posters over the 3 windows, unfazed by the street's clamour. Footsteps, wheels, voices, the city crier's shout, newsboys' cries. The figure pored over a large, ledger-like book. He seemed the spirit of that record, its soul-given human form. Hardly a moment passed without someone from the buzzing crowd outside stepping in. A mechanic sought a cheap tenement. An Irish girl from Killarney, her heart still in her peat, smoked cottage, roamed for kitchen work. A bachelor hunted affordable board. This place mirrored life's pursuits. A faded beauty asked for her lost youth, Peter Schlemihl for his shadow, a decade-old author for his faded fame, a gloomy man for yesterday's sun. Next came a man with hat askew, clothes ill-fitted, eyes straying opposite his thoughts, an odd mismatch wherever he went, always out of place. "This," he said, half asking, "is the Central Intelligence Office." "Indeed," replied the figure, flipping a page, then eyeing him. "Your business?" "I want," the man said, voice shaking, "a place." "What a place?" "What kind?" asked the intelligencer. "Many are open, or soon will be. From footman to council seat, cabinet throne, or president's chair." The stranger stood, restless, pained, a vague ache twisting his brow, eyes eager yet wavering, unsure. He didn't lack physically or mentally, but craved something morally urgent, hard to fulfill when its goal was unknown. "No, you misunderstand," he burst out, gesturing sharply. "Those might do, or likely known will. I want my place, my true spot in the world, my natural role, what I was shaped for, however crookedly, and have sought all my life. Footman or king, it doesn't matter, so long as it's mine. Can you help?" "I'll note your request," said the intelligencer, scribbling briefly. "But frankly, this goes beyond my duties. Ask for something clear, and I can arrange it with terms. Go further, and the whole city would weigh on me. Most are, in some way, like you." The man sank into despair and left, eyes down. If he died of it, he'd likely rest in the wrong grave, his lifelong misfit curse unbroken. Soon a youth rushed in, glanced around to ensure privacy, then neared the desk, blushing and tongue-tied. "An affair of the heart," said the official, peering through his glasses. "Say it quick." "You're right," the youth admitted, passion overcoming shyness. "I have a heart to give away." "An exchange?" asked the intelligencer. "Why not keep your own, foolish boy?" "Because," he cried, "it burns me with a fire I can't bear. Endless cravings I can't name, fevered beats, vague sorrows. It jolts me awake at night, scared of nothing. I can't take it any more. Better to ditch it, even for nothing." "Fine," said the man, jotting it down. "This trade's common here. Plenty of hearts to pick from. Here's one now, I think." As he spoke, the door creaked open, revealing a young girl's slim form. She slipped in timidly, bringing a hint of outer light to the dim room. Her errand stayed secret. Did the youth trade his heart? If so, it was no better or worse than most cases, where young, eager souls pair off easily, lacking deeper bonds. Not all heart matters were so simple. Rarely a heart came so fine, delicate, and rare that no match existed. Owning such a gem was almost a curse. It'd likely trade for a dull stone, flawed glass, or a rough jewel with hidden cracks. Sad when infinite wells pour into shallow cups, wasting rich love on barren ground. Often, finer nature's the instinct to shield themselves from baser taint. Sometimes a pure spring stays clean by inner wisdom, shining heavenward unspoiled. Rarely, even here, pure meets pure, infinite repaid with infinite. But such wonders outstrip this spectacled figure's shallow role. The door opened again, city noise flooding in. A woe-worn man entered, his face like he'd lost his soul and scarred the earth. Roads, paths, forests, shores. To find it, he'd scanned the street coming here, checked the doorstep, the floor, then fixed desperate eyes on the intelligencer's glasses, as if his treasure hid there. "I've lost," he began, then stopped. "Yes," said the intelligencer, "I see you've lost. But what?" "A precious jewel," cried the man, "unique, unmatched by any prince's hoard. While I had it, gazing at it was my only joy. No price could have bought it, but it slipped from my chest as I roamed the city carelessly." After hearing the jewel's traits, the intelligencer opened a drawer in the oak cabinet, full of street, found items awaiting owners. It held oddities, wedding rings, some worn thin by years, others fresh from honeymoons, slipped from vows, ivory tablets, once, deep words now forgotten, wilted roses of purity, trampled in filth, locks of hair, golden dark, dropped from lovers' trust, perfumed trinkets, their scent lost with their owner's joy, gold pencils, ruby hearts, pins, coins, all lost since ages past, each with a tale if time allowed. Anyone missing something, heart, mind, or pocket, should check here. In a corner, after rummaging, a celestial soul. "My jewel, my pearl," the man shouted, wild with joy. "It's mine. Give it now, or I'll die. I see," said the intelligencer, inspecting it. "This is the pearl of great price."
"Yes,"
the stranger agreed.
"Imagine my anguish losing it."
"Restore it. I can't live another moment without it." "Sorry," said the intelligencer coolly. "This exceeds my duty. You know its terms. Having let it go, your claim's no stronger, maybe weaker, than anyone's. I can't return it." No pleas swayed the stern figure, unmoved by sympathy despite his sway over fates. The man, seeing his life's jewel beyond reach, clutched his hair and fled, mad-eyed, scaring the world. On the doorstep, a dandy passed him, seeking a lost rosebud from his lady, dropped within the hour. So varied were this office's visitors, their wishes laid bare and, fate permitting, met. Next came a man past middle age, worldly, wise, stepping briskly from a fine carriage waiting outside. He faced the desk with a firm gaze, though a hidden trouble flickered red in his eyes. "I have an estate to sell," he said curtly. "Describe it," said the intelligencer. He outlined its bounds, fields, pastures, woods, gardens, vast and lovely, with a mansion built to turn airy dreams into granite reality. It promised golden days, free of fate's rough edges, with grand furniture and luxuries aplenty. "I'm strong-willed," he ended. "As a poor youth, I vowed to own such a place and its wealth. I've done it beyond my dreams. Now I'm selling." "Terms?" asked the intelligencer. "Easy, too easy," he said, smiling, though his brow furrowed as if stifling pain. "I've dealt in liquor, African trade, East India good stocks, picking up a burden along the way. The buyer just takes that load." "I get it," said the intelligencer, tucking his pen. "No deal's likely here. The next owner might take it with a burden, but one he chooses. Not yours. Am I stuck?" the man snarled, "with this cursed dirt and stone crushing my soul? What if I made it an almshouse, hospital, or church?" "Try it," said the intelligencer. "That's your call." The burdened man left, his coach rattling off, heavy with land, house, and gold, all squeezed into a guilty heart. Many sought jobs next. A smoky imp claimed to have served Dr. Faustus, showing a reference from the sorcerer. "Slim chance," said the intelligencer. "Men play their own devils now, better than most of your kind. As the imp faded, a political editor hired him to pen venomous blurbs. Then came Bonaparte's Red Man. Jobless too, but an ambitious politico rejected him for outdated tricks. People kept coming, brisk as if all paused their city rush to log a need or surplus. A China trader offered his sickness and wealth to any doctor curing both. A soldier traded his laurels for a lost leg. A broken man begged for a decent death, too crushed for hope, yet hearing of quick riches, chose to chase one last chance. Some swapped young vices for mature ones, a few traded vice for virtue, succeeding despite the cost. Oddly, no one parted easily with quirks, those half-faults, half-follies, whose charm only they knew. The great book, logging idle whims, deep yearnings, desperate pleas, and twisted prayers, would fascinate if published. It held human wishes, individual and mass, truer than life's outward play, pages from any era, flood, yesterday, or far future, mirrored each other, yet some wild fancies fit only one mind. Scientists craved nature's secrets, new minerals, plants, even an insect, mocked by her near, grasped mysteries. An astronomer wished to see the moon's far side, a child to toy with stars. Wealth topped the list, from shillings to millions, a shorthand for life's outer joys. Some sought gold for itself, as power, slavery's twin. Old craved youth, fops, fashion readers, novels, poets, rhymes, painters, Titian's hues, princes, huts, republicans, crowns, rogues, neighbours' wives, gourmets, peas, the poor, bread. Public ambition bared itself beside selfless dreams for humanity's good, beautiful amid selfish scales. Darker wishes stayed unprobed, as student comparing this book to men's deeds would find little match. Pure wishes often waste on foul winds, vile ones vanish unacted. The book outdid life, more good, more evil, higher flights, deeper falls, a truer mix of vice and virtue. Decency hides inner stains. Rare pure wishes stay unspoken, unacted. Every page chilled the good for their wild thoughts, the bad for lives of wicked want. The door swung again, city tumult roaring in. An old man tottered up, white hair flying, eyes bright with haste. "I seek tomorrow," he said. "I've chased it all my life," he added, "sure it holds some grand gift. I'm old now, I must catch it soon, or it'll slip away." "This runaway to-morrow," said the intelligencer, his time's child fleeing to the infinite. "Keep chasing, you'll meet it. But it's earthly gifts, they're strewn among yesterdays." The unsatisfied but stuck, the old man clattered out. A boy darted in, chasing a butterfly lost in the city's glare. Its gold wings brushed the book and flew off, the child trailing. Had the old man looked, he might have seen tomorrow in that bug. Last came a rugged thinker, too brawny for a scholar, his stern face warmed by a big heart that fired his sharp mind. He met the intelligencer's gaze with piercing honesty. "I seek truth," he said. "The rarest quest I've seen," replied the intelligencer, writing it down. "Most fake their own truth. I can't aid you, you must find her alone. She might stand near some day, or loom ahead, or lag behind." "Not behind," he said. "I've scarred my path. She flits ahead through wilds, crowds, a French philosopher's pen, a priest's mass at an old altar. Wary, but I won't quit. My heart's quest must win." He stared deeper, probing past the office's facade. "And you, what are you? Not just this show and business. What's your real role, your sway over men? Your mind," said the intelligencer, "strips away masks the crowd can't pierce. Here's the secret. My worldly work, my link to life's rush, is an illusion. Man's heart does what I seem to. I'm no actor, just the recording spirit." Their further words drowned in the city's din, roar, bustle, cries, masking whether they spoke in this world, Vanity Fair, or the moon.